What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 99, and we start today's episode off with a squad report here. We've now entered August, so 1 month left in the transfer window, and here is a squad report, so the first one of the new season. As you can see, we are lacking a goalkeeper. Right now, our highest rated goalkeeper is Kim Seung-yu, the South Korean, and the reason behind that, if you didn't watch the last episode, is because we sold our club captain Ben Foster to Sampdoria for £7 million. As promised, I did say all through the season, all through the last half of the season anyway, that we were going to try and buy a new goalkeeper this year, because it was funny, I read some of the comments from people saying, oh my god, sell Ben Foster, hashtag Foster out, get Ben Foster out your team, sign a better goalkeeper than Ben Foster, and I agreed. I didn't want to. I tried to make excuses for the guy in the first 2 seasons. I kept on saying, he's inconsistent, but when he's good, he's really good. But the fact of the matter is, he was just so frustrating, and the reality is he was a bit of a poor goalkeeper. I mean, with your goalkeeper, like, they're always going to be good shot stoppers. You know, goalkeepers are supposed to be good shot stoppers, and Ben Foster was a good shot stopper, but you want your goalkeeper to be a safe pair of hands. Ben Foster, he wasn't even a safe pair of fingers. He couldn't do anything. The guy was pretty goddamn terrible when it mattered most. But still, we are going to try and sign a new goalkeeper, and I'm going to continue to go in pursuit of Joe Hart. Now, I know there's the irony there, because obviously Joe Hart is someone who makes a lot of mistakes as well. But at the end of the day, I also read a lot of the comments that say goalkeepers this year make mistakes. It's not just Ben Foster, it's all goalkeepers. And I take your point, and I do agree with that. But Joe Hart is 1 rating overall better than Ben Foster. I'll admit this, hold my hands up, I'm a huge Joe Hart fanboy, so it's partly me just wanting to sign Joe Hart because I love the guy, but I think he is a decent goalkeeper, and he is really good in the game as well. I've played against Joe Hart in Seasons mode. He's always been pretty decent, someone hard to face and hard to break down. So yeah, I think Joe Hart will be a good goalkeeper for us, and he's English, so it meets our objective of trying to sign a few more English players for the first team as well. Of course, we signed Ravel Morrison in the last episode too. So yeah, Joe Hart is probably going to be the goalkeeper we'll pick up, because Jan Sommer, Bernd Leno, Kevin Trapp, if they're all available for the same price or cheaper than Joe Hart, I would go with one of those 3. But unfortunately, those clubs don't seem to want to let them go for less than £20 million. I then asked the board for a bit of money. I've just been unbelievably frustrated with the way they haven't given us too much money since taking over, really. I asked for £4 million, and they said they'd give us 2.4 million, which isn't bad. I didn't even bargain with them and say, you know, if you give us this money, I'll make sure we win the league title again. I just said, give me the money. I just literally said, give me the money right now, because I deserve it. So they gave us 2.4 million. That'll help, not amazingly, but a little bit. And also, City did finally accept a transfer offer for Joe Hart. Of course, he's been at City ever since he moved there from Shrewsbury, although he did have 1 loan spell at Birmingham. So obviously leaving the Etihad to come to a new team. Well, City are a side who are on the decline now. They qualified for the Champions League for this year, but they're still nowhere near as good as they could be. And they really should be on the game, to be honest. So I think there's no reason why Hart wouldn't come to us and be our starting number 1. So they accept £16 million. Maybe it's a little bit of an overspend. I'd say it's an overspend by about £3 or £4 million, really. But nothing too major at the end of the day. And of course, we do need a goalkeeper, seeing as our highest rated one is only 73 overall. But also as well, Newcastle are pursuing Safir Taider, but I don't really want to let him go, because our squad is actually getting a little bit thinner now, as we're offloading quite a few players. But even so, we'll have to wait and see if they match the counter offer I asked for, and there you go. But we take on Chelsea for the first game of the new season, the first and only game of today's episode as well, and this game is the Community Shield 2. Chelsea won the FA Cup, we won the Premier League, so of course we take them on here in the annual FA Cup winners versus Premier League winners game at the start of the season here at Wembley, and a good chance to pick up our first trophy of the season. Obviously in the last season we won 3 trophies, a bit of an odd treble, Capital One Cup, Europa League and Premier League, but even so, winning trophies is always good. So as we take on Chelsea in the Community Shield, I was really hoping to win it. And of course, we would have the South Korean Kim Seung-yu starting in goal as well. Now, of course, with Ben Foster being sold, we don't have a replacement already lined up, even though Joe Hart does look as though he's going to come in with a contract just being offered to him before the game. But of course, Kim would have to start this game, as he is currently our highest rated goalkeeper. And the first chance was ball to Chelsea directly from kickoff, and it was Kim, the Korean, making a very good save to deny Diego Costa. So So he did say in the last episode, after Ben Foster had got sold, that he wanted to get a chance and replace Ben Foster and be the new number one, take his place, take his spot. And he made another good save there as Chelsea came forward again with Thorgan Hazard tipping the ball over the bar and keeping it 0-0. So still scoreless here, and a couple of very good saves for our goalkeeper Kim. In the 21st minute, they had a header from Boateng which went just wide the post, and nothing really happened in this game until the 60th minute as Chelsea came forward again here. Diego Costa finding Thorgan Hazard, he found Ramirez. Ramirez finds Schürrle, Andre Schürrle to Willian. Willian strikes it, and again it's Kim making the save. So he asked for a chance and he was performing, so give him his credit. I was worried coming into this game with Chelsea's brilliant attacking lineup using our 73 overall goalkeeper, but he was playing quite well, to be honest, and Petr Cech was forced into his first save of the game 20 minutes before the end of the game. Very good stop there by the Czech Republic international, and it was still 0-0. And in the 79th minute we come through again here, and Aubameyang's on the ball, gives it to Saido Berahino off the bench. Really good chance, but again Cech makes the save and it's still scoreless. So we didn't really come alive until I made a treble change in the second half. I brought on Salvio and I also brought on Berahino and Granit Xhaka, so two players to make their debuts, and before that I was playing really poorly, and when those players came on we looked at a much better side, and Berahino again was denied by Petr Cech there, and we had another great chance in the 87th minute. Salvio down the right hand side takes on Jerome Boateng, beats him with a Berber spin, and Boateng is never going to catch up with Salvio. It's a wonderful touch to take the ball around Gary Cahill as well. Brilliant run by Salvio, keeps on going, and he almost capped off a brilliant debut goal off the bench. His shot went just wide the post though and out for a goal kick. And one of the last chances fell here in the 90th minute. Saido Berahino fake shots around Matic and turns Gary Cahill. He's through one-on-one again. Sorry, it's Niang, not Berahino, and the shot is saved by Cech. So Cech having a really good game, Kim Seung-gyu having a really good game, and as the last chance fell here from a free kick in stoppage time, Schürrle's free kick went over the bar and out for a goal kick. The referee blew for full time, and the game at Wembley finished 0-0, which meant it would go straight to a penalty shootout. Of course, no extra time in the Community Shield, so straight to a penalty shootout. And with both goalkeepers, Kim and Petr Cech, having superb games between the sticks, we looked as though we were set for a very long penalty shootout, because I thought they kept on displaying some good form and making good saves. It'll be hard for these players to score from 12 yards, but even so, a penalty shootout, and I really did fancy my chances. Of course, we've played 3 or 4 and we've won every single one but one. We've only lost once, and that was against United in the first season. I score like 95% of the penalties on this year's FIFA. It is very, very easy, to be honest, so I did really feel confident. As you can see, we had a couple of good penalty takers in there, so did Chelsea though, so it was going to be a battle of the goalkeepers, I felt. And the first penalty will go to Chelsea. Sergio Aguero, the former City man, stands up to take it, and Kim Seung-gyu, who had a great game, saves the first penalty and gives Ricardo Rodriguez a chance to give us the lead from our first penalty, and he does by sending Cech the wrong way and making it 1-0 to West Brom. Cesc Fabregas will go and stand up and take the next penalty for Chelsea, and he would get them off the mark. He sends Kim the wrong way and puts Chelsea on the score sheet. So Chelsea 1, West Brom 1. We did have a penalty in hand. That penalty in hand was scored by Aubameyang, smashes it into the top corner and makes it 2-1. Again, we're in front. Andre Schürrle then stands up for Chelsea, and again it's another miss because he stutters, smashes it off the bar. Even though Kim dived the wrong way, it doesn't matter. It's 2-1, and this gives us a chance to make it 3-1, which we do. Saido Berahino tucks it in, which means that Chelsea need to score this penalty, otherwise we win a shootout. It's Matic against Kim, and Matic scores, sends our Korean goalkeeper the wrong way, but we had a chance to win the shootout here with Andre Carrillo against Petr Cech, and he maintains the 100% record. 4 penalties scored out of 4, Chelsea missed 2 out of their 4, and that is why we win the Community Shield. So our first trophy of the season is won. It's the first time we've won the Community Shield as well during the series, and the first time we've played in the Community Shield as well, so that's very nice indeed. It was a frustrating game really, Cech played very well for Chelsea, and obviously Kim played well for us too, but it was very frustrating, didn't really get going until the second half, but at the end of the day it was nice to win the shootout and good to win a trophy already in the season as well, and good to get one over Chelsea as well, because I think they probably will be our rivals for a couple of competitions this year, just like they were last year, so good to get the win there and beat them in the Community Shield. But again, no real celebrations. A little one, but that was it. I think I must be doing something wrong, because it doesn't seem like celebrations seem to want to happen, when you win a trophy nowadays. But still, following that, we saw that Carrillo wasn't happy with his role at the club, neither was Craig Dawson. But Newcastle did indeed accept a £7 million counter offer for Safir Taider. So Taider looks as though he's on his way to St James's Park, so we'll probably have to go and sign a new central midfielder just for cover, really. And also Joe Joe Hart has come in for £16 million. So the new goalkeeper has been signed. I'm sure he's someone you wouldn't have wanted me to sign because Joe Hart does get a lot of stick, unfairly in my opinion, but that's just my biased opinion obviously. But even so, I'm happy he's come in because we did need a goalkeeper. Even though Kim put in a good shift against Chelsea, I don't really fancy my chances using a 73 overall goalkeeper for the entire season, especially not now we're in the Champions League. So Hart comes in, probably the best deal we could have got for a goalkeeper of his ability, 81, 82 overall. So I'm pleased with that. And also as well, we put in a new bid for Jack Wilshere and also big Andy Carroll as well, because I seem to want to sign Andy Carroll every single season in career mode, but it never happens. So who knows? Maybe this time we will manage to get hold of the guy, but we'll have to wait and see. Put a bit of £5 million plus Craig Dawson, because Dawson and Nastasic have been on the transfer list since last season, and no one seems to come in for them. I don't know why it is. I want to shift on both of those central defenders because we've got so many defenders in this squad. Literally just absolutely tons of them in the reserves, but no one seems to put bids in. It's so goddamn annoying, but we'll have to wait and see. Put a new bid of £3 million plus Nastasic, and we'll see what West Ham say. Also a bid came in for Will Hughes, but we don't actually have too many central midfielders here now that Tyder has gone to Newcastle, so we asked for £2.5 million from Norwich for Will Hughes, and we'll wait and see what they say, because of course right now we don't have too many midfielders, but we'll have to wait and see. And the last thing we'll see us do is put in a new bid for Jack Wilshere, as Arsenal don't actually want too much money for the very decent young midfielder, and we shall wait and see what Arsene Wenger says after I give them a new bid of £15 million, I think it is. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like, and look forward to the next episode, which is going to be episode 100 very soon. It will be a special video, and I hope you enjoyed that one as much as you hopefully enjoyed this one too.